Hello, Stephen Bedard here. As you may know, I have a number of roles in my life. I'm a pastor. I teach the Bible. I've taught in some schools, and I blog and vlog and podcast. But one of the other roles that I have is as a military chaplain. I am a chaplain in the reserves for the Canadian Armed Forces, specifically the Army. And I've been doing that now for about 8 years. And I love it. And you might wonder why I would do something like that. Are I not busy enough pastoring and doing all these other things? Well, it goes back to I was pastoring in a small town that just happened to have a military base, and I got to know the chaplain there, and he encouraged me to apply. And to be honest, I always loved all things Army as a kid. I was just completely devoted to anything to do with the Army. So I was interested and talked to my wife to see if this is something that would work for our family. I definitely did not want to go into the regular forces because I enjoyed pastoring. And I also didn't want to be posted around to different places. I wanted to be able to choose where I was going to be. So I ended up going for the reserves. And it took a while. It was a long process, but eventually I got in. And I started my basic training, which was one of the hardest things I'd ever done. Not because it was so grueling physically, although there were aspects of that. It was more the emotional cost of that, of being separated from my family for that time, to be tested in many different ways. But it was something I really, really enjoyed looking back. Not so much during it, but looking back. And I eventually joined a reserve unit and served there for a while. And then I took a couple of years off, and I wasn't actually sure that I was going to be going back in. But eventually I did get back in, and I am loving where I am at. And it is a great regiment, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to work with them. You might wonder, what does a military chaplain do? Like, isn't it kind of weird that they have a pastor that is hired to work with soldiers? Like, what's up with that? Aren't governments secular, and shouldn't we be dividing church and state? Well, I definitely believe in the division of church and state. As a Baptist, that's one of our distinctives. But chaplains do have a very special role. So I can explain it in sort of 3 steps. There are 3 different roles that we have. So one is to care for our own. So I am a Protestant chaplain, and so I am there to care for all Protestant Christians, whatever they might need, any kind of religious requirements that they have. But then I also am there to support the religious needs and the spiritual needs of people of other faiths as well. So that would include Catholic Christians. There was actually a time in the Canadian Armed Forces we had 2 separate branches, the Catholic and Protestant, but that's all gone now. It's all together in one chaplain service. But we also have many people of other, not just non-Protestant Christians, but people of other faiths as well. And so I'm there to make sure that they're cared for, that everything is going right for them. If there are dietary issues to do with their religion, that is taken care of. If they need to talk to a rabbi or a imam or someone else, I can arrange that. So I'm caring for them. And then the third way is to provide care for all. So a lot of the people in the regiment would not be religious at all, and so I provide support to them through mental health. Now, I'm not a trained mental health counselor, But I can listen, and I can point people in the right direction. I can give them resources. And so that's really where a lot of my time is. It's not doing religious things. It's not, we're not blessing the bullets or anything like that. It's actually just making sure that these soldiers are doing okay, because there's a lot of responsibility placed upon them, and they have needs. They are still just human. It doesn't matter if they have a uniform on. They're still human, and they need that support. And I find it extremely rewarding. Some people might wonder, um, why would you do that? If you are a Christian, are you not receiving limitations on what you can do? Well, yes, in a way. I can't just like walk up to a bunch of soldiers and say, here, this is why you need to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord. That would not go over well. So I don't, I'm not there to proselytize. I am there to support and to care for. But you would be surprised at how often people will come to me and ask me questions. And while I cannot initiate a faith-based discussion in that kind of way, if someone asks me questions, if they know that I am a chaplain, they know I'm a Christian, and they might have questions, in which they do have questions, they can come to me and ask, and I am free to answer any of those questions that they do. And so you'd be surprised at how interested people are in questions about faith and religion, and it is so rewarding to do that, to be able to talk with people of no religion, other religions, other Christians. It's just a lot of fun. And then I get to work with a great bunch of people, the officers, the non-commissioned officers, non-commissioned members. They're all great. And so I am thankful for this. I'm glad that I've had this opportunity. And if you are a pastor or other religious leader, and it's something that maybe you've thought about but you're not sure about doing, I'd encourage you to check it out. It is great. If you want to hear more about this, if you have any questions for me, what it's like to be a military chaplain, feel free to write a comment in the comments to this video. So that's about all I want to talk about right now. Hope you have a great day, and God bless you.